Welcome back. In our last video, we explored the one thing and discovered how focusing on what truly matters can drive massive results. Today, we're taking the next step by diving into Nir Eyal's book Indistractable. If the one thing showed us the power of focus, Indistractable teaches us how to protect that focus from constant distractions. In a world filled with buzzing phones, endless notifications, and infinite scrolling, this book is about mastering your attention and living with intention. By the end of this summary, you'll have a clear roadmap on how to stay in control of your time, your mind, and your life. Let's master distraction.
Part 1: Master internal triggers. Distraction begins within us, not outside. Boredom, stress, or anxiety often push us to escape into our phones or emails. Instead of reacting blindly, Eyal suggests recognizing these feelings and addressing them directly. By reframing tasks and finding meaning or fun in them, we reduce the urge to flee. Mastery comes from curiosity and acceptance, not avoidance. Chapter 1: What motivates us really? Nir Eyal begins by challenging the common belief that pleasure is our main motivator. He explains that it is actually discomfort that drives most of our actions. We check our phones when we're bored, snack when we're stressed, and scroll social media when we feel lonely. This means distraction is not caused by external factors, but by our desire to escape inner discomfort. Understanding this truth is the first step to becoming indistractable. By noticing the feeling behind the urge, we can pause and choose how to respond instead of reacting automatically. This awareness transforms the way we view motivation and puts us in control. Chapter 2: Time management is pain management. Eyal argues that poor time management is not about laziness or lack of discipline. It's about avoiding pain. When a task feels frustrating, overwhelming, or meaningless, our brains look for an escape. That's when distractions appear most attractive. Instead of blaming ourselves for being weak, we must recognize that managing discomfort is the real challenge. The key is not to eliminate pain, but to handle it better. By accepting discomfort as part of growth and work, we reduce the power of distractions. Time management becomes easier when we manage our emotions, not just our schedule. Chapter 3: Deal with discomfort. Rather than resisting or suppressing uncomfortable feelings, Eyal suggests leaning into them. Suppressing emotions often makes them stronger, like trying not to think about a pink elephant. Instead, we should acknowledge the discomfort, label it, and explore it with curiosity. Techniques such as mindfulness, self-talk, or simply observing the urge help us gain distance from it. Over time, we learn that the urge is temporary and does not have to control us. When we deal with discomfort directly, distractions lose their grip. This shift builds resilience and gives us freedom over how we spend our attention. Chapter 4: Reimagine the internal trigger. In this chapter, Eyal explains how to reframe discomfort in a positive way. Instead of seeing stress, boredom, or frustration as enemies, we can view them as signals for growth. For example, boredom can push us to explore creativity, and stress can sharpen our focus if reframed correctly. Athletes and performers often reinterpret nerves as excitement, allowing them to perform at their best. By changing the story we tell ourselves about discomfort, we weaken its power. This mental shift helps us transform triggers that once caused distraction into opportunities for traction. Chapter 5: Reimagine the task. Sometimes it's not the internal feeling but the task itself that pushes us away. Eyal suggests reimagining the task to make it more engaging. Turning work into a challenge, setting mini-goals, or making it fun can reduce boredom and resistance. For example, gamifying repetitive work or rewarding small wins makes even tedious jobs more enjoyable. This doesn't just prevent distraction, it also improves motivation. By altering how we approach a task, we can shift from avoidance to engagement. The task doesn't change, but our mindset does, and that changes everything. Chapter 6: Reimagine your temperament. Eyal concludes Part 1 by addressing our beliefs about self-control. Many people think they lack willpower or are easily distracted by nature. But research shows that these beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. If you believe you're bad at focus, you'll prove yourself right. The solution is to reimagine your temperament and see yourself as capable of managing attention. Adopting an identity of being indistractable strengthens your resolve and changes your behavior. You're no longer fighting against your nature, you're living up to your chosen identity. This mindset empowers long-term focus and resilience.
Part 2. Make time for traction. Eyal stresses that traction must be scheduled, or distractions will take over. Time-boxing your calendar ensures every moment reflects your values, whether for work, relationships, or personal growth. Even leisure and rest should be planned, making them guilt-free. By focusing on inputs instead of uncertain outcomes, you reduce anxiety. A well-planned day becomes a shield against distraction. Chapter 7. Turn your values into time. Eyal explains that true traction begins by aligning our schedule with our values. Many people say they value health, relationships, or personal growth, but their calendars reveal otherwise. The key is to define what truly matters and then translate those values into time blocks. If family is important, dedicate specific hours to them. If learning matters, schedule study time. Without this, distractions easily steal those hours. By making your calendar a reflection of your values, you not only protect your time but also live with greater purpose. Chapter 8. Control the inputs, not the outcomes. We often stress about results we can't fully control. Eyal advises focusing on inputs, the time and effort we put into tasks, rather than outcomes. For instance, instead of obsessing over whether a meeting succeeds, focus on showing up prepared and present. This shift reduces anxiety and prevents procrastination. When we concentrate on what we can control, work feels lighter and more meaningful. This also helps us avoid distractions caused by fear of failure. Input-focused scheduling allows us to take consistent action without being paralyzed by uncertainty. Chapter 9. Schedule important relationships. Many people prioritize work tasks but neglect personal relationships. Eyal stresses that if you don't plan time with loved ones, distractions and obligations will take that space. Strong relationships require intention, just like work does. By scheduling time with family, friends, or a partner, you protect those connections. This doesn't mean spontaneous fun is impossible, it just ensures that what matters most doesn't get lost. When you prioritize people in your calendar, you strengthen bonds and live in alignment with your deepest values. Chapter 10. Sync with stakeholders at work. Distractions often come from unclear expectations at work. Colleagues, managers, and teams can unintentionally pull us in different directions. Eyal suggests holding regular check-ins to align goals and priorities. This reduces unnecessary interruptions because everyone knows what's expected. Syncing with stakeholders also helps you protect your schedule, as others respect the boundaries you set. By making agreements in advance, you eliminate many last-minute distractions. Clear communication creates trust, efficiency, and better focus for all. Chapter 11. Hack back work meetings. Meetings are one of the biggest workplace distractions. Eyal argues that most meetings are unnecessary, poorly structured, and waste valuable time. To hack back meetings, insist on clear agendas, objectives, and only essential participants. If a meeting doesn't require your input, politely decline. If you organize meetings, make them short and purposeful. Protecting your time from endless meetings allows you to focus on meaningful work. By setting boundaries, you reduce frustration and reclaim hours lost to unproductive discussions. Chapter 12. Hack back work chat. Instant messaging tools like Slack or Teams can become constant sources of distraction. Eyal recommends setting boundaries by silencing notifications and checking messages at scheduled times instead of reacting instantly. Teams should also agree on communication norms to prevent overload. By reducing unnecessary pings, you maintain focus and prevent your day from being fragmented. The goal is not to eliminate chat tools but to use them intentionally. When managed well, they support collaboration instead of creating chaos. Chapter 13, Hack Back Email. Email is another major time thief. Eyal advises using strategies to reduce inbox overload, such as labeling, filtering, and responding only at scheduled times. He suggests cutting unnecessary back and forth by writing clear, concise messages. Unsubscribing from irrelevant lists and auto-archiving low-priority emails can also save hours. The principle is to manage email on your terms rather than letting it control you. With discipline, email becomes a tool for productivity instead of a source of endless distraction. Chapter 14, Hack Back Your Smartphone. Smartphones are powerful but addictive tools. Eyal stresses the importance of removing non-essential apps, disabling unnecessary notifications, and rearranging your home screen to highlight useful apps. He also suggests placing the phone outside arm's reach during focused work. By changing the way you interact with your device, you weaken its pull over your attention. Your phone should serve your goals, not hijack them. With mindful design, your smartphone becomes a productivity ally instead of a distraction trap. Chapter 15, Hack Back Online Articles. The endless supply of online articles often pulls us into distraction. Eyal recommends saving articles for later using apps like Pocket or Instapaper instead of reading them immediately. This allows you to separate discovery from consumption, ensuring you read at the right time. By creating a system, you enjoy learning without it interfering with focused work. The internet remains a powerful resource, but it stops being a constant distraction. Discipline in managing online content keeps your attention where it belongs. Chapter 16, Hack Back Feeds. Social media feeds are designed to capture attention indefinitely. Eyal suggests unfollowing unnecessary accounts, using browser extensions to remove feeds, and setting strict time limits for use. By doing this, you reclaim control from algorithms built to exploit your impulses. Social media can be valuable when used intentionally, but harmful when consumed passively. Hacking back feeds ensures you use platforms on your terms. This prevents hours of mindless scrolling and preserves your time for what truly matters. Chapter 17, Hack Back Television. Television, like other media, can be both relaxing and distracting. Eyal doesn't argue for eliminating TV but for controlling it. He suggests pre-selecting shows, setting time limits, and avoiding autoplay features that encourage binge-watching. Watching TV should be a planned leisure activity, not an endless time sink. By making conscious choices, you enjoy entertainment without guilt. This transforms television from a source of wasted hours into intentional relaxation that supports well-being. Chapter 18, Hack Back Your Desktop. Cluttered desktops full of files, notifications, and icons invite distraction. Eyal advises simplifying your workspace by organizing files, hiding unnecessary icons, and disabling distracting alerts. A clean digital environment promotes focus and reduces mental friction. Just like a tidy physical workspace supports productivity, a streamlined digital space helps you stay in traction. When your desktop is designed for clarity, you spend less time lost in digital clutter and more time on meaningful work.
Part 3, Hack Back External Triggers. Final steps. The modern world bombards us with pings, feeds, and interruptions. Eyal teaches us to ask, does this serve me, or do I serve it? By turning off non-essential notifications, reorganizing devices, and setting boundaries, you reclaim your focus. Technology itself isn't bad. It's how we use it. By hacking back triggers, you make your environment support traction. Chapter 19, Use Effort Pacts. Eyal explains that effort pacts work by adding friction between you and a distraction. By making a task harder to access, you buy yourself time to reconsider. For example, using website blockers, uninstalling addictive apps, or storing your phone in another room makes it inconvenient to give in to impulses. The goal is not to rely on willpower but to design an environment where distractions are less tempting. This extra layer of difficulty strengthens focus and keeps you aligned with your goals. Chapter 20, Use Price Packs. Price pacts involve putting money or reputation on the line to discourage distraction. People are far more motivated to avoid losses than to pursue gains, so this technique is powerful. You might pledge money to charity if you don't meet your goals, or make a bet with a friend. Even small stakes create strong accountability. By attaching financial or social consequences to failure, you reinforce your commitment. This shifts your behavior from short-term impulses to long-term integrity with your goals. Chapter 21. Use identity pacts. Identity pacts are the strongest form of precommitment because they shape who you believe yourself to be. Eyal emphasizes that when you adopt an identity, such as, "I am the kind of person who keeps promises to myself," you naturally act in alignment with it. Instead of relying on external tools, you shift your self-image to match the behavior you want. This identity-driven approach creates consistency and pride. Over time, it becomes natural to live in traction because distraction no longer fits who you are.
Part 4. Prevent distraction with pacts. When willpower runs low, pacts help us stay disciplined. Effort pacts add friction to bad habits, making distractions harder to access. Price pacts use money or accountability to reinforce commitments. Identity pacts are the most powerful, aligning behavior with who we believe we are. Together, these guardrails keep us on track when temptation strikes. Conclusion: Becoming Indistractable. Nir Eyal closes the book by reminding readers that distraction is not an external problem but an internal challenge. By mastering internal triggers, planning time for traction, hacking back external triggers, and making pre-commitment pacts, we reclaim control of our attention. The journey is ongoing. Distractions will always exist, but with these tools, you respond consciously instead of reacting automatically. Being indistractable means doing what you say you will do and living in alignment with your values. Eyal emphasizes that this way of life brings deeper satisfaction, stronger relationships, and real progress toward meaningful goals. The future, he says, belongs to those who become indistractable.
And stick around, because in our next video we'll transition to the Total Money Makeover, a powerful system for financial freedom. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Indistractable by Nir Eyal. Your time and attention mean a lot, and we hope these insights help you reclaim focus and live with greater intention. If you found value in this breakdown, please support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others who could benefit. Together, we can build a community of people who choose traction over distraction and live aligned with their true values. Stay focused, stay intentional,